Hello there, it's me, Tough Buff Guy 23. I love Pizza Tower! Recently, there's this little game that just came out. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's this game called Pizza Tower. A pretty unknown game. Actually quite shocking about how little people know about it. Jokes aside, this game is amazing. I could go on and on about the art style and the gameplay and the controls and... Oh wait, that's literally the exact reason you're here. Come join me as I explore the wacky world of Pizza Tower. The story is, well, really not there. But a game like this doesn't need a story. You see, the story goes like this. You play as Peppino Spaghetti, who is in debt and is disgruntled with the recent Pizza Tower being built close by. That is until we get introduced to Pizza Face, the main antagonist of this game. Why is he the antagonist? Oh well, it's because he wants to blow up Peppino's pizzeria, and now it's up to Peppino to run through the Pizza Tower and take down Pizza Face to save his pizzeria, bringing his friend Gustavo and unaffiliated main character Mr. Stick with him through his journey into the Pizza Tower. The opening being an anime-style opening is just amazing, and it really hypes you up for the chaos that's about to unfold. Bless that song! Oh my god. We're gonna talk about the music later, but that song is just so good for an opening to a game in development for 5 years, which maybe I'll talk about in another video. Anyway, let's get moving. Okay, let's immediately address the elephant in the room here. The art style. It's not good. It's amazing. On the game page for Pizza Tower, it says it was inspired by 90s animation, and it most certainly shows with Peppino as he bends this way and that, while still looking discernible as you run across the levels of Pizza Tower. The art is, in its own metaphorical words, grotesque, and, well, that's all I can really think of calling it. But it has that nice MS Paint pixel style, like all the sprites were made by me in that program. Because I can't draw. In fact, even if I tried, I could never draw Peppino Spaghetti in my art style. Did you really think I was gonna do it? How, what a loser. Anyway, the art style actually makes you feel like you're playing a cartoon, and with the added fact that there's title cards at the beginning of every level, it's like each level is an episode to some cartoon in the 90s. Just add a stereo filter and we got ourselves a lost cartoon again from the 90s. The mechanics of this game are actually really fluid, especially with the controls, but those take a lot of getting used to. But things you can do with those controls are super jumps, ground pounds, parries, taunts, and the ever necessary mock dash. You see, the mock dash is probably what you'll be doing the whole game, because the game implores you to keep moving fast through the whole thing. There's plenty of open space to move and just go fast, while there's also plenty of open space to see where you'd make an error, which if you time it perfectly, you could speed through levels in the blink of an eye. Speaking of levels, as you know, Pizza Tower is a 2D platformer game, so the levels need to be, well, playable to be able to even be considered mediocre. And boy, are these levels playable. You may even be able to call them very playable. Each level is designed to perfection, and they always have you moving fast, both through the beginning section and the escape section? That's right, this game has something called an escape section, which we'll talk about later. The levels also have these things called toppins to collect, which give you money after you escape with them for the first time. You also have a treasure, which will give you 3,000 points. To find it, you need to find a character called Jerome, who will unlock the janitor door for you and allow you to obtain the treasure, which is necessary to unlock the true ending. One final element about the levels in Pizza Tower is their secrets. There are 3 per level and can vary in difficulty to finding them. Some are out in the open, some are behind opaque walls, and some need to be broken into. Secrets basically show off the certain mechanics in the level. Which, by the way, did I mention that every level has a new gimmick? My favorite level has gotta be, spoilers, Don't Make a Sound. This level is loosely based off of FNAF. Meanwhile, the creator of Pizza Tower, McPig, has never actually played the game. The level involves you making your way through an abandoned pizzeria while avoiding the animatronics there, and also triggering them when necessary to open certain doors in the level. But at the end, you get a fucking shotgun and blast the brains out of all the animatronics before getting to the exit. Other than that, it's a good level. The gimmick of running from animatronics is so good, and once you activate them, you can just move fast through the rest of the room before they catch you, with the goofiest chase music ever. By the way, the animatronics lose interest as soon as you enter the next room, and can and will jump scare you. Another thing is that in 2 levels, Pig City and Gnome Forest respectively, you play as Gustavo and Brick, 2 of the other characters present in this game. They have their own control pattern compared to Peppino's, but overall, their sections are not horrible to play in. Unless it's Gnome Forest, you practically play the whole level as them. Another thing is that there's no health mechanic except for the boss fights, which, again, we'll talk about later. The worst thing that could happen is you losing your combo, a few points, and maybe a bit of time in your playthrough. So overall, taking damage is just a mild inconvenience at best. The level variety is also insane. One level you'll be in a saloon racing a wooden horse, another level you'll just be playing golf, and then another level you'll be in war, like, bro, there's no way, bro. Each level has a new and fun gimmick to it that always keeps you on your toes, and overall keeps you moving throughout the levels. It'd be an understatement to call the music good. Hell, it'd even be an understatement of calling it great. In fact, it'd even be an understatement of calling it fucking amazing. Because, well... Ooh boy, that sure does get you riled up. I don't want to talk about the music in this game for too long because there isn't much to talk about in terms of it, other than all of the songs are fucking bangers. Even this one. Most hype Pizza Tower track. If I had to say, my favorite song is probably It's Pizza Time. The song that plays during the escape sections. Speaking of, it's escape section time. Now then, one thing I failed to mention is how Pizza Tower takes its main inspiration from Mario Land 4. If you'd ever played that game, you'd know that you have to run to a portal before time runs out. And in Pizza Tower, it's no different. You have to kill this enemy called Pillar John, and when that happens, Pizza Time activates, which, as mentioned before, has you run across the whole level in a mad dash back to the exit, accompanied by my aforementioned favorite song in the whole game, which pumps you full of adrenaline and is a banger overall. The thing is, it doesn't stop there. You can even take a second lap and get more points. Be careful though, something lurks at the bottom of your screen. A timer. You see, in the beginning sections of levels, you can take your sweet damn time getting through them,
getting to know the layout, or just speeding through? Okay, but during pizza time, the level is put on a time limit, and if you don't get to the exit before time runs out, he'll come after you and end the run. Now note, it is actually possible to outrun Pizza Face. He spawns at your location and fades in before actually killing you, which means if you're moving, he can't hurt you. If you're moving fast, he definitely can't hurt you. After you escape the level, though, you get a ranking, which can range from a D all the way up to an... Although, there are fables of a rank higher than S, only talked about in whispers among the Pizza Tower community. A ranking is so godly, if you get it, you may as well be entitled to be called a god yourself. That ranking is the... This ranking is literally the best ranking you could get, but to get it, you have to do everything. You have to find all the secrets, collect all the toppins, find the level's treasure, get enough points for an S rank, do the second lap, and keep a combo sustained through the whole level. So yeah, that's a pretty difficult challenge. When you do it though, you feel so complete, like you just mastered the art of Pizza Tower. Some levels are easier to P rank than others. For example, you have John Gutter, the first level in the game, which can be beaten in less than 2 minutes and has everything laid out for you in the beginning, only for you to book back through it easily in the end. The treasure is easy to find, the toppins are out in the open, the secrets can be found easily if you just look, and the second lap portal is in the room to the right of the exit. So overall, very easy level. Oh boy, it's time to talk about the bosses. Trust me when I say I have saved the best for last, because I've saved the best for last. Every boss in this game is surprisingly unique, each with 2 phases. The bosses can vary from an artistic pepper to a cowboy anti-hero to a silly little guy on TV to... Oh yeah, there will be extreme spoilers to the 4th and final boss during this part, so I recommend you skip to this time to avoid any of those. Got it? Good. Now then, the first boss is Pepperman. He is, well, a pepper, an artistic pepper at that. His attacks depend on his health, really. At 2 points of health he could be dashing at you, at 2 other points of health he could be bouncing around the room. But either way, the boss fight is fun, and the music only makes it even better. By the way, expect me to gawk at the music during this part. The composers really knocked it out of the park with the boss themes. After you get Pepperman down to 1 health, he shrinks and runs away from the player. Although you need to be quick with attacking him, because he can regrow and do his last attack again, making the fight longer. Next up is the Vigilante. He has a more complex attack pattern than Pepperman rather than doing certain attacks at certain health points, which some are even combined with each other. I don't want to talk about them because we'd be here forever. Just know Peppino has a revolver and we'll be okay. Okay? Okay. During Phase 2, the arena turns into a Sun City type area, with everything becoming black. And when you beat the Vigilante, you have a standoff, and manage to draw first. This boss fight can be quite hard, but it's still absolutely amazing. You know what else is amazing? The song for this boss fight. The third boss is the Noise, who probably has the biggest reputation in the Pizza Tower community. You see, the Noise is actually a long-time rival to Peppino and was even going to be considered as the secondary antagonist, but he was reduced down to a simple boss for reasons unknown. Maybe it didn't fit, I don't know, but what did fit is this boss. Perfect segue, I know. The Noise also has a complex attack pattern, but he does it at complete random, making him all the more unpredictable. Again, I would talk about his attack patterns, but we'd be here all day. During Phase 2, he actually gains attacks as his joint balloon crashes into the arena and gets rid of the cameraman. Can't be doing those violence attacks on TV, eh? His theme, Pumpin' Hot Stuff, is not only really good, but also motifs his old theme back from the demo phase of Pizza Tower. Okay, it's time to talk about the two final bosses in Pizza Tower. Again, I highly recommend you skip to this timestamp if you don't want to be spoiled. If you want to be spoiled, God bless you. Boss 4 is a mysterious one at that. When you first unlock the boss door, you can't help but think, am I really gonna fight myself? Which, to answer that question, yes you are. Oh my god, what is that? Ladies and gentlemen, meet Fake Peppino. This boss is the freakiest boss in the game. Not in that way. He, again, not gonna talk much about his attack pattern, but what he does is similar to what Peppino does. He has a mock dash, a super jump, and even a grab attack. Except he also has a head toss, which is odd, but I'll let it slide. During Phase 2, the background items with the Peppino in them get all distorted and show off the true nature of fake Peppino. With there also being elements of fast-paced Peppinos in some parts of the background. After the boss fight, you get rid of that last bit of HP, and well, you book it. This song is amusingly titled Rise and Shine Campers, which may be a total drama reference, but either way it perfectly encapsulates that you should get away now. It also has a sick guitar part that at the end that you can only listen to in the OST. The song for the boss is also amazing. It's basically a more distorted rendition of It's Pizza Time, which becomes more of its own thing as the song goes on. But it's still unsettling after the beat drop. Here we are, the final boss of Pizza Tower. 5 grueling floors and 19 crazy levels. We finally made it to the Pizza Face himself. Phase 1 is pretty easy. All Pizza Face does is drop enemies that you have to hit back at him in order to damage him. If you time it right, you can hit him just as soon as he falls. The song here is also a banger. Now then, for Phase 2... What the... Who the hell is this? This is Pizza Head, the real mastermind behind the Pizza Tower. You see, there was never a laser on top of the Pizza Tower to destroy Peppino's pizzeria. Pizza Head just wanted to mess with him. After all, there are a lot of Peppino-related objects around the tower, just as the Peppino props in the last background of Pizzascape, or the Peppino graffiti art and oh shit, or... Oh no! It can't be! Pizza Head influencing the tower to mess with Peppino is perfect, as well as his phase in the boss fight. which only gets harder when a mangled pizza face comes down and drops cogs into the battlefield, which accompanied by your gun and pizza head attacks plus the background, it can get real hectic. Did I mention the song here is better than the first one? Not the first phase, the first song in the whole game. Fun fact, the song samples from another song made in the 1900s called After You Get What You Want, You Don't Want It, which is an amazingly fitting song choice for a character like this, as some of his attacks involve throwing stuff at you he doesn't like. Hell, he even does the same thing with the gun at the beginning of the fight. Finally though, you defeat him. Wait, what? Huh? Pepperman? The vigilante? The noise? Fake Pepino? Nah, we in for a boss rush and... What? Never mind! This is the third phase of the final boss fight. A quick boss rush accompanied with the song hyping you up to complete it. Pepino is now pushed to his limit after all these bosses are pushed up to the top with him. He's on a blind rage and nothing can stop him as he pummels down the bosses, 4 health points at a time, until eventually... we go back to Pizza Head and do the exact same thing. And he has new attack patterns compared to his appearance in Phase 2 of this fight. He has to be attacked for 3 phases instead of 2. But when you kill him... pile drive him into the tower. You're able to stand on top of him now. Wait! Jesus, let me explain this level a bit first. Sheesh. Anyway, this is the final level in Pizza Tower. A gauntlet combining most enemies and gimmicks together as you run back down the tower while collecting your friends and the bosses before getting out. The song that plays here is phenomenal. It's basically a less anxiety-driven version of It's Pizza Time, to show that this is the final level. I love how you even collect the bosses during this level. And Mort, who doesn't appear in the end screen. Unlike most levels, there's no top-ends, no treasure, no lap 2, and no secrets. Just run and get out. I love endings in video games, but this one's gotta be my favorite. Well then, that ends my Pizza Tower review. This game is actually so fucking good, and I recommend you go play it yourself. You know, go see what Boss 4 and 5 are all about. It's only $20 on Steam and has overwhelmingly positive ratings. I know that the year basically just started, especially since this game is 2 months old now. But this may be the best game to come out in 2023. Game of the year, no cap! Another thing is that I haven't actually played Pizza Tower. I've just watched videos on it, mainly because I can't play it. I use a Chromebook, so I can only really get on the game using Linux, which it doesn't have as a valid playing option. I guess I'll have to settle with walkthroughs for now. Also, I created this video to help my friend understand how this game is so good because he did a stream with the game and was legit just a fucking game journalist. I swear, he has no soul sometimes. With that being said, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Join my Discord server. Anyway, bye!